3 countries, 2 warnings, and 1 situation that could trigger a massive war. In the last few hours, fighter jets were deployed, explosions were reported, and military forces moved closer to the border. The world media is showing the headlines, but not the real story behind them. Tonight, cover everything. Lasers. Bing, bing, gone! ! Trump's bizarre 5 a.m. blitz on Truth Social. President Donald Trump went on an early morning Truth Social posting spree, including AI-generated images that suggested using lasers to win the Iran war. In posts made at around 5:30 a.m. Friday, the president appeared to defend the war, as well as describing his 80th birthday on June 14 as the biggest ever. Lasers. Bing, bing, gone. Read one post, featuring an image of an American battleship taking down a plane marked with an Iranian flag using a laser beam. Will Trump's war with Iran mark turning point in global relations? It is not yet clear whether Trump's war with Iran will mark a permanent turning point in U.S. relations with the world, Reuters reports. But most analysts believe his erratic conduct since returning to office, essentially upending the rules-based global order, will further erode U.S. alliances, especially with NATO continuing to feel his ire for largely resisting his wartime demands. The president's recklessness with respect to Iran is resulting in some dramatic shifts, said Brett Brune, a former advisor in the Obama administration who now heads the Situation Room Strategic Consult, ANSI. Tensions are especially high between Trump and the Europeans since he joined Israel in striking Iran on February 28. Iran's retaliatory closure of the Strait of Hormuz unleashed an unprecedented global energy shock that has made European countries some of the biggest economic losers from a war they never asked for. The rift widened when Trump announced this week he was withdrawing 5,000 of the 36,400 troops the U.S. has stationed in Germany after Chancellor Friedrich Merz angered him by saying publicly that the Iranians were humiliating the U.S. The Pentagon then scrapped a planned deployment of Tomahawk cruise missiles to Germany. Trump, who has long questioned whether the U.S. should remain in the NATO alliance it helped create after World War II, said he was also considering reducing U.S. forces in Italy and Spain, whose leaders have been at odds with him over the war. Watch. Marco Rubio exchanges gifts with Pope Leo. Amid tensions over Iran war, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio met with Pope Leo at the Vatican on Thursday amid heightened tensions with Donald Trump over the Iran war. President Trump has criticized the first American pope in a public feud, calling him weak on crime. The spat came after Pope Leo's criticism of the Iran war. Answering questions after the Vatican visit, Rubio stated that the president acts in the best interest of the U.S. and will always speak clearly about how he feels about the U.S. and U.S. policy. He added, "I think we can do that and continue to also have a very productive and fruitful and important relationship with the Church, because it plays an important role in the world as well."